Okay, let's start out today's video with some fun facts and some tweets. The 19 millionth Bitcoin will be mined in just 5 days. Can you imagine? Just 2 million Bitcoin to go. And I think a lot of those will be held by the miners that are actually mining them. Carrying on here, Pomp says every stablecoin issuer should pay attention to what Terra is doing. Bitcoin is good for business. And just as a reminder, Terra is buying $10 billion worth of Bitcoin and putting on their balance sheet. Dylan Leclerc responds, every central bank will eventually do what Terra is doing, using seigniorage to acquire absolute scarcity. It is inevitable. Will Clemente, he retweets himself here on March 11th. He said, yo, so are we just going to ignore what stablecoin is going to start buying $1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin next week? And he responds, no, it's priced in. Why would he tell us he was buying beforehand? He literally had a billionaire tell you he was about to twap and people still chose to fade him. Well, we still have time. He's only $1.2 billion into his $10 billion venture. Okay, and Bitcoin is Saving puts this one out. Bitcoin is still the most fundamentally undervalued asset in human history. That is true. Preach it. Starting out with this one, a Bored Ape. In case you missed it, a $350,000 Bored Ape NFT was just sold for $115. And that story carries on here. A Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT has just been sold for $115 in what appears to be either a costly mistake or else a hack. Data from OpenSea shows the previous owner of the moniker C-Chan accepting a $115 bid on Monday for BAYC 835. That's 99.9% lower than the current floor price of the popular NFT collection. The same owner also sold Mutant Ape 11670 for $25 to the same buyer. The floor price for Mutant Ape is 22.6 Ether, $76,000. So it sounds like there's more going on to that story than meets the eye. Oil-rich Canadian province Alberta aims to become a North American crypto hub. This is an interesting story in Canada. Alberta's leadership wants to promote innovation in the financial services sector, explore new products and services, and attract investment in emerging technologies such as crypto. The continued investments from some of the most high-profile financial juggernauts in Canada reflect belief that institutional adoption of crypto and blockchain will keep growing. The Western Canadian province, which boasts a rich entrepreneurial history, is now looking to play a crucial role in the digital asset industry. Alberta's ambitions are soaring as the authorities are looking to position the province as a North American hub for firms trading and offering services related to the digital asset industry. Doug Schweitzer said it's still very much in its infancy in Alberta, but I think there's an opportunity for Alberta to play a leadership role in Canada by creating a home for these venture companies. The latest news comes just a month after Alberta's United Conservative Party in the province's throne speech revealed plans to table legislation aimed at promoting innovation in the financial services sector by enabling companies to explore new products and opportunities. So there you have it. Alberta is like Canada's version of Texas, and it's the Wild West out there, and it's fantastic. They are a very aggressive entrepreneurial province, and I think they would be the province to take anything on when it comes to leading the country in crypto. On another Canadian topic, a Canadian Prime Minister candidate, Pierre Poilievre, buys lunch with Bitcoin. Tahini's restaurant. You all might be familiar with Tahini's restaurant. They're quite popular in the Bitcoin circles when it comes to restaurants. Owner Ali Haman shared his secret with Canadian politicians during a standing committee on finance's pre-budget consultations session. Canadian politician and conservative leader Pierre Poilievre just bought lunch at Tahini's restaurants using Bitcoin. Poilievre, who wants to become the next Canadian Prime Minister, could help Canadian businesses do just that. He said as much in a tweet posted on Monday, which aligns to his other big plans to give people back their freedom and make Canada the world's blockchain capital. So, this is no surprise that every politician would have to have a political agenda that has something to do with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and Canada is no surprise either. Some more political news. Biden eyes $5 billion in 2023 revenue from applying the new tax reporting rules to crypto. By the administration's estimate, the U.S. can gather roughly $11 billion in revenue over 10 years and nearly $5 billion next year alone by modernizing rules to apply certain financial accounting and reporting practices to digital assets. The global nature of the digital asset market offers opportunities for U.S. taxpayers to conceal assets and taxable income by using offshore digital asset exchanges and wallet providers, says the Treasury. It thinks it can collect $2.2 billion over the next decade by tightening this reporting requirement. So you see, there's a lot of room in cryptocurrency to follow the money, and the government knows that, and they are going to do all they can to get to squeeze every last tax dollar out of cryptocurrency. So that's another reason that I'm bullish on crypto. Grayscale may sue the SEC if it rejects its Bitcoin ETF again, says the CEO, Sonnenschein. With the U.S. securities, the SEC reluctant to approve a Bitcoin spot exchange traded fund application, one of the companies whose applications before the regulator has revealed that it could be willing to sue the agency if it continues to reject it. Michael Sonnenschein, the CEO of Grayscale, while speaking at a Bloomberg Markets interview, asserts that all options are on the table. He says, including legal action against the SEC. And this is coming on the back of the efforts of the firm to convert its Bitcoin trust into an ETF. So they want to make a spot ETF, their current ETF. And as you know, the SEC is balking at the spot ETFs. So, Grayscale is not going to be pushed around. They got about $10 trillion in assets, and I'm sure they can afford a lawyer or two. So we'll see how that goes. Really looking forward to that story. Jordan Peterson will be a big hit at the Bitcoin conference in 2022. World-renowned Canadian author and psychologist Dr. Jordan Peterson will be on stage at Bitcoin 2022 in Miami in April, and causing speculation that he may be planning a public endorsement of Bitcoin in a city that prides itself on being friendly towards Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency-related industry and adoption. A highlight of the Miami conference, Peterson is causing excitement and a certain amount of surprise as he has expressed an interest in Bitcoin in the past, but has not been a regular on the Bitcoin front lines. And Jane Addams tweets, why is Senator E. Warren so obsessed with hiding billions in Bitcoin? Is she looking out for us or her donors? We'll end on that note. Thanks, everyone.